Institute, Bagalkote. He was born in Mudagal, Lingsur Taluk district, Raichur, and his wife is Subita Hunur, and she is a housemaker. He has two daughters. One is Saniha Hunur. She is studying in Basveshwar Engineering College, third year in IS department, Information Science. And the second daughter, Sanika Hunur, she is studying in 8th standard in BIBS Bagalkot. He completed his primary school in Bandi, Kushtigi Taluk, Koppal district. His high school in Sindhanur, that is in Raichur district. PUC in HSK College, Hubli, and BSc Agriculture, University of Agriculture Science, Raichur, and MSc, that is in Agri Entomology, in University of Agriculture Sciences, Dharwad. So he worked as a senior research fellow in University of Agriculture Sciences, Dharwad, for a period of a year. Later, he worked for input industries like DuPont India Limited, Nagarjuna Fertilizers for a period of 5 years. Later, he started his career in banking industries. Initially worked for KBS Bank, Microfinance Bank, for a period of 5 years. Joined as an executive, elevated up to cluster head level. After that, he joined IndusInd Bank as a branch manager at Shimoga, worked for 2 years there. Later shifted to ING Vaishya Bank as a senior manager based at Davangere, worked almost 3 years there. Later, he got an opportunity to work with Axis Bank as assistant vice president, worked almost 9 years as a branch head in different locations like Davangere, Raichur, Ilkal, Sindhanur and Bagalkot. He won many awards like Best Branch in CASA, Life Insurance, General Insurance, Demat Account, Compliances and Asset Branch. Going forward, he had a privilege to work with Kotak Mahindra Bank as an Associate Vice President position to work with rural poor for guiding and training them to take up self-employment. Bank deputed him as a director for BVS Kotak Mahindra Bank Rural Self-Employment Institute, Bagalkot, and presently he is working with BVV Sanghas Rural Self-Employment Training Institute, rendering training to rural youth. With this brief introduction, I welcome today's speaker, Mr. Sharan Basava Hunur. Welcome you, sir. Now, without taking much time, I hand over the session to Mr. Sharan Basava, sir. Sir, please.
Good evening, my friends. So, thank you, madam, for giving me opportunity and brief introduction about my career, starting with my schooling to till present as a director also. So before starting the startup funding, so I would like to know, so you may be now words of going out or third year or in fourth year of degree program also. The basic most important is employment. So regarding employment, you might be already know about there are two types. One is wage employment, another is self-employment. Probably I am dealing with perhaps it's self-employment only. So most of the graduates after completion, they are words of taking any professional kind of jobs, so to attracts toward corporate sectors also. So getting salaries and they are not think about this self-employment. And so I will give you some difference between self-employment and wage employment, because this comes under self-employment. In wage employment, what will happen, you are getting a salary every month, there is a restriction or boundary to your income level. Say for example, if you are getting a salary of 50,000 per month, hardly it comes around, if you take for a year, 6 lakhs per annum. It's a cap. So you are restricted to 6 lakhs only for the entire financial year. And every after completion of 1 year, there will be some like percentage of growth, maybe right from the 7% to 15%. So again, there will be increase in your salary subject to correction, like performance is like a key factor for any entity or any like organization you work for them. Hence, so what I'm saying is like there is a income level gap, I mean like a restriction cap will be there. Unlike in self-employment, it is a different. And the time bound, say for you have to go on time, and you cannot take any leaves also. Matlab like if there is exigency or something, like you cannot take any leave without the permission of your supervisor or reporting managers. Going forward, after retirement, there will be a cap of 60 hours. Post completion of your retirement, and that's your end of your life cycle on the job role. Unlike if you go otherwise, like other side of employment, that is self-employment, there is no income gap, there is no retirement, there is no like something like you can take leave without like permission of your superiors. So that kind of leverage or laxity comfort is there in the self-employment. Why I'm telling this is difference is this purely comes under like self-employment. So we did two different like factors between the like self-employment versus employment. Let's go to the slides where I'm going to tell you about the what is the like introduction. I'll just brief about the slides also before going to the introduction. So I'm going to tell about the like what is self-employment. That's an introduction. Then why self-employment is required. What are the funding agencies? What are the pros and cons? And lastly, the like conclusion and analysis and conclusion. There are the don't like scare that there are so many slides are there. There some are like just like you can read it and you can see also. So important is like what are the funding agencies are there in the self-employment, and what type of like employment you can choose. That's most important, and it's left to the your decision for the choosing the entity for the you want to work with that. So if you go to the introduction part, so as you know, this scheme has been introduced by the our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 15th August 2015. Here, this is a revolution scheme. Matlab like those who want to go for their own business, for them there should be some like criteria has been fixed. Say for example, the capability and ideas. Those who have a like ideas and capabilities and willing to work on their own business, this scheme will going to help for the startup business is going to help for them. And by the way, this succession, I mean like scheme will eventually help for the economic growth and strong nation also. So first of all, those who got interest towards the self-employment, those interests are clubbed, and with their ideas and capabilities, government will support for those kind of peoples also to like make the economy better and the strong nation of India also. Next slide please. If you take the definition of startup India, what kind of startup India like definition they have coined like by the like is a group of people, economists, they have coined this definition as any legal entity. Legal means it has been registered like a Companies Act or any registration kind of thing. Next, the turnover should be 25 crores for the last financial year, and there should be an innovation, development, deployment of product, process and services in an innovative way driven by the technology and intellectual property. So can anybody tell about the intellectual property? Anything know about intellectual property? There are only two properties are available as of now. Say for example, movable property, immobile property. Movable properties are any vehicles, immobile properties are land and building. So this is intellectual property. Can anybody guess anything about like intellectual property? So what do you mean by intellectual? Who are intelligent? So human beings. The concept, say for example, the creations are prepared by the innovator or invention by the human being, that is in terms of concept, or which be intangible in nature. So something is there in my mind which I can doing with a great help. I mean some wonders also to like in the terms of getting business into a different mode. The intelligence is a intellectual property. Say for example, you are doing a business in a somewhere in a like a bigger way, in a different mode, that is not copied by the others. Say for example, copyrights. You must be knowing copyrights also. Then trademark. These are the intellectual properties. They have got their own like brand image. Even brand image also comes under intellectual properties. So these are the coined by the like definition set by the group of economists. So it is now what's good. Next one. Now comes to the like consider the eligibility criteria. What kind of business or startup is eligible for the startup? It should be a like incubator which is funded by the a part of any special scheme to the promoter invention. So here incubator means it's an organization or a company which is supported by the or funded by the government of India. They are helping the entrepreneurs as a like a company or as an individual or entrepreneur to provide a facilities like system, space, even like the funding, so capital funding. So they are the incubators. Then are by supported by the recommendation by the DIPP. Here, Department of Industry, Policy and Promotion. It's a department in the government of India. They are the helping the incubators to facilitate, provide in a space for the like entrepreneurs or like startup fellows also. Or like so third one is government of India. They are the schemes they are provided in the government. They are helping the entrepreneurs or like startuppers to take up a like activity also. Then fourth one is patent granted by the Indian Patent and Trademark Office in the area of affiliated with the nature of businesses being promoted. So here in this slide is I'll make it a brief also. The entrepreneur should be supported by an organization like which is funded by the government of India or recognized by the government of India and like certified by the government of India. The possession of this certificate is eligible for the startup business. Next slide please. This is a quick analysis. Who will become a eligible criteria for the startup businesses? He must be a private limited company or LLP, limited liability like group. Then next partnership. Among them, the age should be 5 years. What the age means? It's like the company started from the day to the 5 years. Within that, they are eligible for the startup loans also. Then turnover should not exceed the 25 crore within the 5 years. And there should be a unique kind of product or services which can suit or we can acceptable by the consumers also. Then when they get the approval from the Department of I said the like Industrial Policy and Process Promotion Department. There are 6 certificates are there. One certificate if you get also, you are eligible for the any kind of funding for the promoters or by the like any facilitator also. Next slide please. You just note down wherever you find a like understanding like words or something, you scribble it. So at the end you can ask also. I'll reply for your questions also. Now what is startup? Startup an entity. So it's an incorporated or registered under like not prior to the 5 years. Same thing 5 crore 25 crores for the preceding financial years also. So working towards the innovation, development, deployment and commercialization of any product which is product, process or service also. Then the provided this such entity is not formed by splitting up. Say for example, what do you mean by reconstruction and splitting up? Already you have got an example, I'll tell you. you are into a like one business, say for example like Uber or like some Flipkart. The Flipkart is giving a service, already door delivery service will be there. If you open that kind of entity in other form, you will not be eligible. For a startup, there should be some unique figure or unique feature should be there apart from the like Flipkart. So that is the like meaning of the this point. And also that the entire entity shall case to be a startup if it is a turnover, of course it's a 25 crores. And also one more thing is that you will be getting a tax benefit also wherever this company has been started with a funding of any like financial sources also. Next please. So you must be thinking that why startup is required? To boost the Indian economy, promote startup entrepreneurship, so the startup is required. So banking sector, finance sector, even some limit state policies, dependency of new business also, to promote SC/ST, women entrepreneurship, and core objective is to generate a maximum employment and encourage the people who have the potential to innovate start their business also. So these are all the 4 to 5 points which are required startup to be required for the Indian economy also, Indian geography. Some of the problems faced by the startups also: planning, execution, customer acquisition, retention, fundraising, and human resources. There are a few points also. Then the most important is having idea about what is entrepreneurship, and now comes the registration process. So where registration has to be done? Here, the official notification issued by the Government of India stamp have already registered business. Any private limited company, partnership company, they can register even through the mobile also. So Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, they are already given a toll-free number also, and helpline. You just note on the email ID also. Just I'll share the PPT also. You can take it from your madam also. So note down so it will come under at present you cannot take out all the points also. So you just listen. After that I'll share the PPT. So toll free numbers also available. With this you can register. There is a portal called business model, where you can register your entire PAN card, Aadhaar card, even registration copy. With all this information, you can register in the portal also. So first and most important is required documents also for the Startup India. So as I said in the earlier PPT, Department of Industry, Policy and Promotion, where there is a one certificate is required. This is very easy, but still then he has given an obligation. I mean options also. Any letter from the support from any central or state government, incubator or promote innovations. Say for example in state government and central government, there are some promoters are available. They can help they can help and guide you to take up any kind of business, right from the starting of the project report, information, MIS, even funding also. Those promoters also I will share in the list also. You can note down later also. Those kind of letters also required for the registration process also. Like that, this is all 20% and all. That's not much required for it's a big entity. And letter from funding agency, central, state, and government also as a part of scheme to promote the innovations also. And patent field in published also journals. There are some patent office in the areas of in the field of online also. We'll get the information about these promoters or collaborators or facilitators are available. You can use that platform also to register in the portal. So biggest question facing startup is funding. So our main aim and theme is the discussion part is funding. So by having said introduction part, other things also, it's a basic foundation for the startup loans and startup any business also. Now comes the funding. Funding is usually if you prepare any activity or project report, first thing it will stuck to our mind is how much fund should I raise, and when should I raise, when not, and what heads and stays should be raise money for the activity also, and what are the relevant sources of finance and how should I provide, what are the pros and cons of each type also, and how much equity should I give, and what terms should I, how should I value my company, and how should I give equity when unable to value my money company also. So these are some questions like it is lingering in all the entrepreneurs also. So if you have some ideas, definitely after going through some slides also it will come to your mind. Now let's go to the funding opportunities. So there are plenty of funding opportunities are available, as madam said, in the coffee session. So fundings are very important. So however you will get interact with some of the organization, they can provide all the guidance also. The most important is funding opportunities. So if you go to one by one, bootstrapping. Next slide please. What is meant by bootstrapping? It is self-funding, also known as a bootstrapping, in effective way of trap financing, especially where you are just stage your business also. First time entrepreneur often have a trouble getting funds without first showing some traction and plan of potential success. Nowadays what will happen, if you go to any bank, if you ask for any funds or loans also, they will ask for records, means transaction you have done, what the business activity you have taken up, what the balance sheet, so what profit you have made, those kind of stuff they will going to ask. It's the biggest threat in the when you going for the bank loans. That I will come in the next slide also. So here there is one option without any documentation part, compliance, rate of interest or something else is beyond that. You can raise the funds through your own savings or can get from the family, friends to contribute towards your business. And easy way to raise less formalities, I said, compliance also, plus less cost of raising. In most situations, family, friends are flexible with the interest rate. The bootstrapping, I said, this is very easy. Getting the funds from the friends, relatives, or any other mode, without any documentation part. There will not be any much negotiation or something else. You can directly, easily get the funding for your business entity. Then crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is a practice of funding project or venture by raising many small amounts of more large number of people, typically via internet. So it's a very self-explanatory. An entrepreneur will put up a details description of his business on a crowdfunding platform. He will mention goals of his business, plans for making the profit, how much funding he needs, and what for reasons, etc. The consumer can read about the business and give money if they like the idea. Some of the popular crowdfundings, I'll come to that. So I think this is a fancy, probably some of the public will not like this also. But there is some platforms also available. See, example, Indiegogo, Wishberry, Keto, Fundline, and Catapult. These are the agencies. What they are doing is they throw the whatever the business models, what they are going to start, what are the type of the business, and what are the profit they are going to give, and what are the mode of their marketing strategies and everything. They will put in the internet. These companies, they will interact with you, and after going through the project, they will come to your rescue and they'll go for the, they'll give the funding for your activity also. So examples I already said you. Okay, next slide please. Get angel investment. Angel investors are individuals with surplus cash, keen interest to invest upcoming startup. They also work in a groups network to collectively screen the proposals before investing. They can also offer mentoring and advice alongside capital also. The alternative form of investing generally occurs in the company every early stages of growth, with investors expecting 30% equity. They prefer to take a more risk investment for higher returns. Angel investors also help the startup. Many company promoters, many prominent companies including Google, Yahoo, and Alibaba. So angel investors invest in a lesser amount than venture capitals. So some of the angel investors in India are Indian Angel Network, Mumbai Angels, and Hyderabad Angels. Here, these are the some companies. What they will do, directly you can interact with these get angel investments also, where they can help in terms of the fundings. So after going through like your project, whatever you've done for the business also, same thing like earlier also, they are also agencies, funding agencies, they can also the help for the funding also for your activities. Then comes the venture capital. So venture capitals are professionally managed by who invest in companies that have a huge potential. They usually invest in a business as against equity and exit when there is a IPO and acquisition. Venture capital invest may appropriate for a small business that are beyond the startup and already generate revenues also. There are a few downside to venture capital or funding options. Venture capital have short least when it comes for the company's loyalty. Often look some of the well-known venture capitals. Okay, same thing here also. What will happen? The venture capital is something like, you must be knowing, venture is adventurous. The activity which are not there, which is going to start, which is a unique kind of thing, there they can invest based on the project also. Further, they will look into the situation where funds can be imbibed. In that condition, these many companies are available in India, especially from the larger side. You can say from India, some of the well-known companies like Capital, Axel Partners and Blue Ventures, Canon. These are some of them are Indians, some of them are outside India also. These companies are also available in India. You can directly interact with them, and they will also get the funding from those agencies, venture capital. Next, please. Here, funding from the business incubators and accelerators. There are two definitions are there: incubators and accelerators. Incubators are the companies supported or recognized by the government of India, or funded by the government of India also. They are helping the entrepreneurs, even startup, any business also. They will start with the MIS space providing even for the funding also. Where accelerators are the same thing they are providing. They are at the ground level, I mean initial level in the incubator. These are accelerators are the later part. They are helping for the enhancing or improving the business also. This is the difference between incubators and accelerators. They are also helping the entrepreneurs in terms of funding and in terms of human resources, MIS, management, even space also. Next one. Funds by the winning contest. It's a laborious and there are some unique features are there in this also. Say for example, some of the contests the government of India they will launch. The successful entrepreneurs usually based on their project they will raise the funds also, and they are participate in the contest of launched by the government of India, where there will be huge and hefty amount of prize monies are available. They will prize number 1, 2, 3 or they will classify. So if you participate in this based on your project, if you win also, they will get the prize that can be used for your business model. This is also one of the way of getting the funds from the government of India through contest. Raise money through bank loans. This is most important. It's my subject also. Usually what will happen? Bankers, the project lending, and this is most important for the bankers also. Most of times, if you go back early in the 30s and all, 30 years back, the funding level was such a way that the bankers used to lend the money to the person who is a very well-known person or well-versed person in the community or in a geography. But those persons also they are becoming NPA to the banks also. The banks stopped giving the loans to those set of segments also. Then they are thinking of giving loans to they should possess some fame, name. Apart from that, they should have possess some asset also. Those set of customers also they started lending also. Coming gradually, those set of customers also started giving trouble to the bank, and they have become loans become NPA. Now by undergoing the gamut or everything right from the history and all, now bank has started lending in a different way type of model, where they can look for only the civil rate. Means if you go to the bank, now bank will never ask for the any kind of documents for you at the early stage, in the beginning. If you approach a bank for a loan, they will ask only your Aadhaar card, PAN card, and there is a one form is available. They will take your signature, phone number, mail ID, address. That's it. Then they will call you after going through the civil. Then they will come to know that your credentials, your net worth, your loans, status, everything will come in a picture, and there is a score from the 300 to the 900. They will fit. If you 300, you are not eligible for taking any loan. 900 highest ratio where you are too much eligible for the taking a loan also. That scale is available, and you can also check in your mobile also. I will tell you later. I will keep this in enthusiasm way so that you can wait till the end also. You can check right now also where your everything details are available in your mobile also. There is a one software is also available. You can download it. You can check right now your CIBIL score. This is most important in all the banking area. First they will check the CIBIL, then they will lend. However, you are a 1,000 crore, 500 crore project owner or property owner, if your CIBIL score is low, you won't get a loan in anywhere in any bank also. So coming to this, here also same thing. Bankers will provide two types of loans. One is working capital, then is a term loan. So term loan is for the procuring of the plant and machinery. Working loan is for the business purpose. That's a cycle. Whatever raw materials you are purchasing and your ready-made materials you are selling, that's a cycle. Based on that, they will fix the working capital also. Here, banks also providing loans to the startup loans, especially PMEGP category. Now, the project lending and all, bank will not finance unless there is a project called PMEGP, Prime Minister Employment Guarantee Scheme, where you will get the startup loans. If you go directly to the bank without any balance sheet, you won't get any loans also. So startup loans comes under PMEGP. So from there you can get the loans from the PMEGP scheme also. Next, madam. Yes. Now I said you CIBIL also. Now comes to the NBFC, non-banking finance companies. Here, why these non-banking companies we can approach? Where you are not eligible for the bank loans. Bank is very strict in terms of guidelines, process, everything. If your CIBIL score is gone, they are not going to lend. Your project report is not good, they are not going to lend. Your documents is not proper, they are not going to lend. Ultimate next come to NBFC. If your three things are not in a good shape, then you can approach for the non-banking finance. Here there is a compromise with in terms of your CIBIL, in terms of your documents, in terms of your credibility also. So these are the one more option, and you can go for the funding from the NBFCs also. Next one. Then government programs that offers the startup loans. Here more than government they have launched 10,000 crore startup funding in Union Budget 14-15 also, out of which Pradhan Mantri Micro Units Development and Refinance Agencies Limited, that's Mudra also, and this is one platform where you can Kerala also they have launched one program also under the startup loan also. In our in our Karnataka, Mudra loans is across acceptably Mudra loans is acceptable everywhere in India also. Let's throw some light on the Mudra also. There are three types of category in Mudra. One is Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. Kishore, wherever 50,000, if you require for 50,000 loans, there is a called loan Kishore loans. Then there is a 50,000 to 2 lakhs Kishore loans, 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs Tarun loan. These loans are any collaterals are not required. Collaterals in the sense, if you are pledging your house, you are pledging your land, you are not required for under these loans also. These are also free from any encumbrance, I'm saying any properties are required for to pledge this, to avail this loan also. These are the most important loans which they are prevailing in all the Karnataka, even India also. And this is the best way of getting the loans without any hassle. And they will not ask for any kind of bigger way of project reports, everything. It's a small tickets to 4 to 5 lakhs. It's affordable, and any bank can lend for those kind of set of customers also. This is a government scheme, PMEGP and Mudra. Then quick ways to raise the money for business also. So this is a very tough and challenging task. only the persons who are like good in like sales, product pre-sales. So your product before launch is an often a look highly effective way to raise the money needed for financing your business. If you have already designed a project at the preliminary stage, if you want to like raise a fund also, you can propagate your pre-sale product in such a way that they should attract some funds from the like through online, even to the offline also. It's a difficult and challenging task also. And selling asset, of course, you know, like if you are required some loans also, if there is no option for to get the loan from the outside, you have to sell your asset also. That's a option. One more asset option is available. Then credit cards. Of course, you must be knowing that credit cards are given only to the income tax, those who are income tax is filed, and those who are possessing like form number 16, and they are under payroll. Second is those who already filed the income tax. Those are set of customers they are eligible for the credit loans, credit cards. That's the one way of getting the like credit from the banks also. So as I told you in the earlier slide also, there are long-term loans, mid-term loans, short-term loans. What are the long-term loans are available, and who are all the like players we can help for the long-term loans is venture capital, angel funds, friends, family, equity, long-term loans, and media batters. And mid-term loans 1 to 3 years duration, personal loans, short-term loans, and incubators, angels, and bootstrappings also. Short-term loans, credit cards, factoring, and batters, and customer advances. These are all the different types of based on the terms also. And one more come is like I said you. So getting a letter, a recommendation letter in the startup business is most important, which is one of the document which can be uploaded in the like your portal also. This recommendation, what the cost of giving a certificates is 5,000 rupees. It is an incubator who is supported by the government of, recognized by the government of India and funded by the government of India. They are eligible to give this certificate, and the cost of the certificate is 5,000 rupees. And some cases, this 5,000 will be waived off wherever case-to-case basis also. And just I'm telling the rules and regulations of the any incubators also. And if you tell like within the domestic level, if you are an expert, I mean like you are exporting your goods also, it costs around 10,000 rupees to get a certificate also. And augmenting incubators, these are the why. What is the importance of this augmenting incubators is they are getting the, after producing the certificate, they are getting the recognition or honored by the government of India. So this is the work they are doing for the startup loans and for the entrepreneurs also. Next slide. Then comes the facilitators and tax exemptions. These facilitators also same thing. They are helping the how to file the intellectual property rights. I said intellectual property rights are the copyrights, then trademarks. These are all the intellectual property rights. These are very important. These has to be like uploaded in the portal also, and these facilitators are helping you to how to upload and what are the charges they are levying for the helping this kind of activity also. And that is the facilitator level. And tax exemption. Tax exemption is also very important. So up to 1 to 3 years will not be like paying any tax for the government of India. So this is a laxity they have given by the government of India for the startup loans also. Next one. Enablers. This is also very important. If you start any entity or like any program or activities, and with all taking all the documents, all everything, and you have started business also. So some moment of point there is not confident of carrying out the business for the later part. They have given a prescribed time of 3 months. If you are 3 months time, if it's not viable, not able to continue the activities, you can exit from the this entity, and the reimbursement, whatever the expenditure you are incurred for that at that point, or any your own contribution, or from the any enablers, any incubators or facilitator, that will be revoked and will be free from the that activity. That is called enabler. So that's an option, it's a cushion that have been given by the startup loan also. Next. So what are the major areas we can look for the business activities? So accounting, tax preparation, management of companies, enterprises, offers, offices of real estate, automotive, legal service, clinical, electrical power, lesser of like real estate, officer of the health practitioners, commercial, industrial, specialist in design services, office administration services. These are all the most of the like startup loans that they already started. That the percentage of like companies they are already involved in the activity, and this is across India. This is a percentage of people already into the like this kind of business also. Next, if you see the growth in recent years up to 2020, this has been given. The company, the movement has started from the 2015. If you look at the growth of the India globally, so they have gained a third position in the startup business. So just look at the like the improvement and growth of the country also. This shows that the value and like the importance of the startup business in the required for the India is very important. This you can come to know by this slide also. And what are the big bulls, the unicorns, which are in India? Flipkart, you must be knowing. Snapdeal also you must be knowing. InMobile also knowing. Ola Cabs also you knowing. Zomato and Mu Sigma and Paytm. They are all the players. They have started with all these documents. Now they are in the limelight, and you are using the and getting the they are getting the service of entire India with a like specialized way, a unique way, and now they are the market leaders. And if you world top 20 startups, and these are the like companies among Flipkart, our from the representation India is Flipkart. You just look at the like position. So this is the importance of and strength of like starting the startup business and the level they have reached. Next, these are some initiative taken by the government of Karnataka, India. These are portals are also available, and you can go through the like Google. You will come to the all the portals where you can look for the funding. It's only a funding business. Like if you come with like any project report and with all like modalities which are going to do for the like in the coming days, brief report. If you throw in the like portal, definitely you will get the funding from these like portals also, and it's very easy to like register in the portal. If you register, definitely there will be every chance of getting the funding from this like initiative taken by the government of India. Next, please. So, what is the impact of startup? If you start any business, so ultimately we look for a profit also. So, at the same time, what is the improvisation or impact of income in an individual or like in a like a company or in a group way that help for the creation of the jobs. If you start any company, definitely employees you can deploy employees also employee opportunity will come and the percentage will go up. Then increase in the export also. When there is a huge demand or you can huge production, definitely the price will be low and there will be every chances of you can export also based on the quality also. And very important is our GDP. So that will be very helpful for the country also to stand in a good position in the global. Next. So these are the already said you. This is brief and summary of earlier slides also. So there is a tax benefit and rebate in filing the patent. I said in a patent, for example, your copyrights and all this trademark, you should do in the portal you should do register. Then there will be cost for the registration process also. They will 80% you will be given cushion for your registration fees also. Then fast tracking mechanism for your patent applications also. Exams and tax exemption also there. There are two types again. Tax gain, if it is a in true sense, tax gain everything 1 year above it comes under the tax gain also. But in this question they have given one year above 3 years. Up to 3 years they have given a tax exemption for the tax gain, long term capital. So they have given a cushion for this also for the startup loans. Then web portal launched and no inspection. For example, the self certification also it's holds good. Say for example, every any banking funded any entity, even bankers will come for the certifications. Then they will charge for the certification process also. So in that condition, in the entrepreneur startup loans also, you can self-certify yourself. That is also holds good for the certification. that cushion they have also given in the startup loans also. And relaxed way of everything has been given. You just go through this also. Public procurement, startup, everything they have given a laxity. This to encourage the public to take up the startup loan, startup business also. Next one. So difficulties are roadblocks. Here I said even earlier also, there should not be any split up business. If you are already having a business, if you go with a fine tuning of or like just changes, that will not hold good. It should be entirely different from the what you are doing in the existing business. It should be accepted by the public. There should be value addition to the public. There should be a unique in the public also apart from existing carrier. That's a building block or difficulties which is the most hindering this project also. What we will do usually, some of the things, the examples they have given. You just see the example. Recently, OYO rooms, they have started with a unique mode of business. OYO, you know, most probably. Yes. So, young entrepreneurs with the use of technology, another firm called Geo Rooms has been started with the same modalities and everything. Now it is technology, everything is same. So, that is not called as an entrepreneur or like a business, different business model, or which is not come under this entrepreneurship or startup business also, and they never get the funding also from any agencies. So this is a building block because difficulties. Why I'm saying is we people are usually tend to have a notion that the business we're doing, we're going for the fine tuning. So that will captured by the government of India, and if it is there is one agencies, they will also analyze everything. If it is different from the existing, then only they will consider for the funding also. That's the most important, and it's the difficulties in the way of getting the funding from the startup business also. So whatever I said, having said all the slides in the narrative way, so if you analyze, one of the eligibility criteria state that the product or service should be a new one or a significantly improved version of the existing service or product. Whatever you do, you should be unique. That's most important. Let's take an example. The startup who engaged in creating and developing online marketplaces of Flipkart and Amazon. So a new startup engaged in the same field may not be eligible unless its product is significantly improved than that existing player provide. So that will be considered. Not like whatever they already players are there in the market, you are providing same facility or services also, which is not considered under this scheme also. And another eligibility criteria state that getting a recommendation letter from the recognized incubator cell or recognized by the government of India should be funded by the recognized fund. Now this will be a quite task for the startups. Oh, sir, I would also agree with this also. So getting this fund or certification from the recognized body incubators or facilitator. So you need to provide all the documents, and you should prove that your project is viable. Then only they give the certificates. And the getting of this certificate is very a hectic job, cumbersome, tedious job also. That is also now it has been minimized. The level of documentation and everything has been. So probably that's not a big issue also nowadays. And last is estimation. So unique. So how long? So everything is 60% of the all the activities, startup loans, they are repeated way, and they are not eligible also. Whatever you're doing, how that is not holds good. The same thing you are in a different way. That is in unique way. Getting the products or service is very challenging and tough job. So that is also one limitations where startup schemes are failing. Next. Conclusion. So as you said, it's a flagship initiative by the government of India. So nurturing innovation startups in the country, drive the sustainable economic growth and generate a large scale employment opportunities is one very important future of this scheme also. And government through this initiative aims empower the startup to grow through innovation and design. In order to meet the objectives of the initiative, Government of India has prepared action plan to address the aspects of this startup ecosystem. So ultimately is providing employment to the employment, and this is the most important effective campaign will be which is more job opportunities to the younger youths also. It's the most important. Everyone can get the job also in the self-employment through this model also. This scheme directly help the people in opening their own successful entrepreneurs. Anybody can start their business also. Right from the person who can read and write also, they can go for this scheme also. And it will help the country to show the talent of youth through the innovative business all over the world. And as I said in the earlier slide also, and India is in Flipkart, they have shown the 5th position in the and the type of employees they are engaged and the type of their service they are providing. Everything has been captured and now they are in limelight also. And Amazon is a foreign country company. Flipkart is an Indian based company. Next. So that's all from my end. Any questions from your end you can ask me also. I'm a banker. Any banking questions, and apart from this also I'm ready to answer your question also. And to conclude also, I'll just share my institution so that it is help for me also before going for the question session. So actually our institute has started 1999 from the BV Sangha. Earlier this institute is called by the Rootset, solely started by the BV Sangha. Later in 2003 ING Vysya Bank has joined together and started the this institution as a BV Sangha ING Vysya Bank RCT. After merger of this ING Vysya Bank with the Kotak Mahindra Bank in 2013, again this name has been changed to the BV Sangha Kotak Mahindra Bank RCT. So right from the beginning, 1999 started in October 2. Till then we have already trained 38,000 odd trainees, and out of which 27,000 odd they have settled with their own funding, even with the bank funding also. And this is most important, our Sangha has led this started this scheme, and the base for this is Virendra Hegde, and he is the mastermind who is now in charge for the entire country as a this institution. Right now we have got 587 institutions are there in India across all the districts. In Karnataka 33 RCTs are there in Karnataka, sponsored by different banks, not from the Kotak Mahindra Bank, SBI Corporation, other banks also there. So main important point of doing this activities to promote or to elevate the poor to the main level, so that they can in cash rich and they can lead the life in a sustainable way. So that is the most important. And secondly, our Virendra Hegde ji, his statement is, don't write others' books, try to write your own books also. That means you don't work for others, you work for yourself, and the income level will be changed drastically. This whole notion in this in the book also. The criteria involved in the engaging the trainees is, we have some criteria. The candidate should be around 18 to 45 years old, and he should possess Aadhaar card, BPL card, APL card also okay, and 3 photographs. And there are different codes are available with us: general EDP, product EDP, process EDP. So these are the 4 category of activities are available, trainings are available. So what I'm requesting is, if at all you come across any kind of people, such peoples are like you also, you can undergo training also. It's a free of cost training, and you will not charge anything for this, and will help you to get the funding from the banks also. And the moment you trained, the 2 years will be under purview, will ensure that you should get settled with any business and with any banking linking with the finance also. And after that, post which will come for the your rescue. If at all you are not carrying out any business also, will help you any manner, handholding, everything will be taken care by the institution also. So my request, you also come and visit our institution. So definitely will come to know what all the trainings have been we were carrying out, and what the type of accommodation facilities are available. Everything will come to know, and you will also get some idea. So where you have to think about wage employment or self-employment also. It's all left to you also, because it's a mindset you cannot change. I already said the difference between the wage employment and self-employment. Definitely you will think over and take a call on this. Just I'll give one example. Some of 3-4 person from just 2 years back I taken the charges as a director. Some of the MBA graduates, even engineer graduates also, They have earlier they worked for the companies. Now they came back. They undergone training with our institution. Now they have started their own entrepreneurship activities. Now they are crowdpatis. Just imagine the implication or strength of the business entrepreneurship. So you just think on this and act. Think globally, act locally. With this point, I'll conclude my session and now come to the questioner session. If at all any questions or any doubts you have, kindly ask me. If possible, I'll answer you, or else I'll note down. I'll come back to you. So my core subject, I said, I'm banker. So ask any banker questions also. I'm ready to. And lastly, before concluding, one more thing. I just the CIBIL. CIBIL, I said, you can check your CIBIL also. Very simple, very easy. If I go to the Play Store, paisabazaar.com, if you download that app, where it will ask for the PAN card, Aadhaar card, then your address, phone number, email ID. If you input in that all the details, then the OTP will come to your mobile number, the registered mobile number. If you enter that OTP, then you will get to know your total entire strength or history of your credibility. Credibility in the sense, if you are you have taken any loan, the details will come in the report also. So very easy. You can try it also. You can check anytime, anywhere. And there are two things. If you check your CIBIL in the bank, it will go down by 2 points. If you check in the app with this software, there will not be any changes in your CIBIL score. There are 3 types of CIBIL score. 3 types. One is lower is negative, next 300, maximum 300. If you put into 650 to 750, above 750, you are good in getting the business loan from any bank also. If it is 650 below 300 to 650, you are not eligible to get loans from any bank also. Now this is a criteria followed across any bank also. And it's a negative, means that you have not taken any loan from any bank or any institution. This information I am just passing you. So try it in your mobile and see, you will get to know all the details. You may surprise also. If at all you are not having any you are thinking that you are not taking any loan, even if you are become any witness for any loan also, that is appearing in your CIBIL score report. So you can check later, not now. It's very easy, very easy. I think you guys, you can do it, because you people are very master in this unride. Definitely will catch you. Okay, anything? Any questions? Any advice, suggestions? Or if you need any banking class also, I'm ready to give apart from this. That also you can tell me. So you think any we are carrying something information, or it is just something going through something or coming going without taking anything is crime. I believe. So any inference or any you can comment me also. If at all any wrong in these slides or any information is wrong or information to be added. Any comments, please? No, I'm telling you, you talk something, you will get some energy. I tell you, if you talk in the platform, it's very difficult, I'm telling you. In my training, I'm allowing all the employees to talk, trainees to come and talk. They have to introduce themselves and they have to tell about their living styles, everything, hobbies, everything has to be they have to tell in the on the platform, not in the sitting in the chairs and all. Then you will get some energy or strength also, dareness, courage, everything will come if you come here. Facing the audience is very difficult, but you should develop being a graduates, MBA graduates. Of course, I know we can do it in seminars also. But still, it's my humble request, if you can ask some questions also, I'll be happy. Nothing? I think you understood everything, I believe. With this note, I'm concluding. Thank you, madam. Thank you. And
Thank you very much, sir. Within a short span of time, you have covered many things, and it was very useful. most of our students, they want to be an entrepreneur, they also have an unique ideas, but they hesitate because they don't know, like, you know, how to raise the funds. So they got a very good information from you, and I wholeheartedly thank on behalf of principal, BEC, MBA, IIC. Thank you very much for spending your valuable time with us. Thank you, sir. I just want to present one memento as a token of love. Please accept it, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. All the MBA students are requested to gather in first year classroom.